Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We are jumping straight into a deeply personal and just an incredibly powerful biographical narrative today.
We are. It's called The Birth of the Reverend Point Blank.
And this is so much more than just a life story. It's almost like an architectural blueprint of how a public identity gets forged through, struggle and self-discovery.
That's absolutely right.
All right, my brothers and sisters, thanks for tuning in. I'm the Reverend Point Blank, and this piece is basically about me. It's kind of about my life, and I wanted to bring it into my studio, kind of make it personal. But I came up from the struggle, engulfed in the grind. Chicago was heavy on my shoulders, and I developed and created a different kind of mind. The streets tried to shape and change me. Danger tried to claim me. But God built a purpose so the city couldn't tame me. I hustled with the best of them, yep. I learned how to live through sage. My stepfather taught me how to use the knowledge, and I would never fail. My natural father taught me true love and how to be a real man and how real men stand. But the hustle taught me Chicago's movement and how to work with my mind and use my hands. The time came for a change. I moved to Texas and joined the church. I couldn't begin to tell you how much that shit hurt. Many preachers vexed my spirit, but the church held the truth. And behind all the scriptures was corruption on the loose. So I packed up my faith and carried my flame, because God ain't no builder, he ain't no man, and he certainly ain't no man. California came next. I thought it would lift me higher, but the dream was full of plastic, smoke and mirrors and many lies. Too many clicks, too much fake to digest. I ain't built for pretending, real recognized best. So I flew across the waters where my soul could expand. Europe opened its arms and said, my brother, be who you can. No chains, no judgment, no hustle in disguise. Just freedom in the air and truth in their eyes. That's when the shift happened. Something was righteous, something frank. The world met a man I was born to be, and that was the Reverend Point. Not a title, not a job, not a preacher in a suit, but a man with a mission and a message that's born of the truth. I've traveled this world and I truly learned how to speak, learned how to sell, and learned how far that I could reach. Every painful past chapter and every closed up door turned me into the man that now you stand before. So hear me when I say it, because this story is mine. I walked through the fire with the divine, and still I came out fine. I also gained a clear direction for myself, and I gained a clear mind. From the U.S. to Europe, from the hustle to the spirit call. This is me talking, standing strong through it all, serving, seeding others so they could find their way. Blessed on this journey each and every day, from the Chicago streets to international skies. And every place I've traveled, the truth always applies. Yeah, this is my life, my path, born of Chicago's struggle and carved in the city's wrath. Me is not a name I chose, it's just a name that arrived. A name built on facts that I truly survived. But I stand here today with purpose intact, point blank, no fiction, just concrete facts.
And our mission today is really to track these extraordinary shifts, both geographical and spiritual, that created this persona.
Yeah.
What's insightful here is how the source material links this intense personal survival, the street smarts he had to learn, directly to creating this international public mission.
It's a roadmap from a local struggle to a global purpose.
Exactly.
And to get the mission, you have to get the beginning. It all starts with the intensity of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
The author, who we'll call the Rev, he paints this really stark picture of the Chicago struggle. He says, the city was heavy on my shoulders
and carved by its wrath. Those are his words. This was clearly a pressurized environment. It demanded a different mind, as he puts it.
It sounds less like a hometown and more like a crucible.
It does. The source is very direct. The streets tried to claim him. Danger was everywhere.
Yeah.
But even in that beginning, you see this resistance.
Right.
He immediately counters that pressure. He says, God built a purpose, so no city could tame me. That refusal to be defined by his environment That's the first critical insight.
Okay, let's unpack that survival toolkit he built in Chicago, because that feels like the foundation for everything that comes later. And this isn't, stuff you learn in a classroom.
Not at all. This was practical knowledge. He got through what he calls the hustle.
And we need to be clear about what hustle means here. It's not a negative term.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's a specific, necessary skill set. He says he hustled with the best of them, and this is key, learned how to live low cells.
So sales.
Yeah, but think about what that really teaches you. You're learning resilience, high-stakes communication, how to read people instantly.
Financial acumen on the fly.
It's basically a non-traditional MBA for survival. The ability to work, create opportunity, and manage risk all at once.
And then he balances those practical skills with guidance from two really important figures in his life.
The two fathers. This is foundational. His stepfather taught him the mechanics of using that knowledge, how to execute and never fail.
So that's the drive, the application.
And that's the practical side. But then his natural father, he taught him true love and how a real man stands. That's the internal moral compass.
The emotional core needed to direct that drive.
Precisely.
So the bedrock of his whole philosophy is this fusion. It's salesmanship and resilience meets love and moral structure. The source ties it all together so well.
It does. He says, the hustle taught me the Chicago movement and how to work with my mind and my hands.
That phrase, the Chicago movement, that feels important.
It is key. And for you listening, we shouldn't just hear that as a regional phrase. It implies a whole philosophy of self-sufficiency.
You have to innovate, be resourceful,
and maintain your autonomy.
Yeah.
He synthesized these lessons, the ability to think strategically, his mind, and the willingness to actually do the work, his hands.
So he didn't really escape Chicago. He kind of extracted its core survival logic and took it with him.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that ability to work with mind and hands becomes essential for his next big shift.
Which is the search for spiritual fulfillment. He leaves Chicago, moves to Texas, and he joined the church. But this move, which you'd think would provide some solace, it ended up causing deep pain.
This source just captures that emotional toll so perfectly. He admits, I couldn't begin to tell you how much that shit hurt.
And he wasn't hurting because he doubted God.
No, not at all. He was hurting because he doubted the institution. He was looking for truth, and he found what he saw as pretense, corruption.
That's such a powerful tension. He says he believed the truth was in the scripture, but that there was corruption on the loose right behind the preachers who vexed my spirit.
It's like that street-honed ability to spot a fake.
Right.
He was now applying that to the spiritual world.
And this is where he transforms from a follower to, I guess, an independent thinker.
This is the pivot. The disappointment didn't lead him to atheism or anything like that. It led him to what you might call a radical individualism in his faith. He didn't abandon the flame, he just moved it outside the building.
He radicalized it. He states it so clearly. God ain't in the building. He's in the man, not the name.
Yes. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this is a profound pivot away from any kind of institutional authority.
I see.
That insight, that the divine is in the individual, not the architecture or the titles. That's the hinge point of the whole narrative. It's a declaration of autonomy.
So he packed up his faith, now confirmed as his own, and carried it like a flame.
He did. He confirmed his spiritual guidance wasn't going to come from a hierarchy. It was going to come from his own internal truth.
So with the institutional search over, he tries the geographic one, the conventional American dream.
Right.
And that search takes him across the country to California. He thought it would lift me higher.
California was the pursuit of a kind of surface level elevation. After the pain in Texas, he was looking for a place that at least looked like the dream.
But that same eye he developed in Chicago.
That ability to spot fact from fiction.
It immediately rejected what he found there.
The dream was a mirage. He says it was full of plastic smoke, mirrors, and liars.
That sounds just incredibly exhausting. First institutional corruption, now social pretense.
The fatigue must have been immense. He felt overwhelmed by the social climate. He talks about too many clicks and too much fake to digest.
So this wasn't just a place he didn't like. It was a fundamental incompatibility with any environment built on performance.
Yeah, it seems like the price of success there was to conform or to pretend.
And this is where his rejection of pretense becomes his defining trait. The critical realization, in his words, was, I ain't built for pretending real recognizes best.
Exactly. He wasn't going to compromise that core truth he'd carried all the way from Chicago and Texas. He realized if he couldn't find an environment that respected his authenticity,
he had to build one himself.
He had to build one. That rejection of clicks and fake elevation, It forced the ultimate conclusion. He needed a clean slate.
Which leads to the most dramatic geographical shift yet. This is where it gets really interesting.
It does.
He makes a conscious choice to move entirely outside of the U.S., flying across the waters where my soul could expand.
This wasn't an escape from something.
No, it was a search for expansion. That distinction is critical.
He was done trying to fit his truth into someone else's mold.
Church, city, dream, none of it worked. He was seeking a space where his truth could just breathe.
So tell us what he found there. What was the fundamental difference that let his true identity emerge? He found an environment with, and I'm quoting, no chains, no judgment, no hustle in disguise.
Well,
Think about that. No judgment meant freedom from the cliques. No hustle in disguise meant genuine work without the constant pressure of just surviving. He found freedom in the air and truth in their eyes.
that lack of a need to perform must have been everything.
It allowed the self that was forged in all that struggle to finally emerge and take its final form.
And this leads directly to the defining moment, the righteous shift, where the world met the identity he was born to have. The Reverend point blank.
And this identity, it's a culmination of every single painful and clarifying step of his journey. It is so important to define it by what it isn't first.
Okay.
He's explicit. It is not a title, not a job, not a preacher in a suit. He rejected the institutional titles in Texas, and he rejected the professional ones in California.
So if it's not a formal role, not professional, not spiritual, what is the core of this identity?
It is a man with a mission and a message born from truth. And the origin of the name itself is maybe the most profound part. He didn't sit down and choose it. It just arrived.
It came to him.
It was built purely from one undeniable, non-negotiable fact, that I survived.
Survival as the singular basis for an identity. I mean, that flips the whole concept of a title on its head.
It does.
Most people define themselves by what they achieve or what they own. He defines himself by what he endured.
And that is the inherent integrity of it. An identity built on achievement can be lost. An identity built on wealth can disappear. But an identity built on the fact that you survived your hardest chapters,
That can never be taken away.
never. It just eliminates pretense entirely.
And the point blank part, I assume that defines the delivery method.
Exactly. The stance is point blank, direct, no fiction, just fact. It's a promise to you, the audience, that his communication is going to mirror the process that created him. Unvarnished truth, straight delivery.
It's the ultimate combination of that Chicago hustle directness and the Texan clarity of individual truth.
You've got it.
So what does this all mean for his mission now? How did this winding journey prepare him for the work he does today?
Well, the painful chapters and the closed doors, they weren't wasted time. They were his curriculum. He says he turned them into the material for the man he is now.
He synthesized all those skills he learned in Chicago.
He did. He says he learned how to speak, learned how to sell, and learned how far I could reach. The skills he learned just to survive are now being deployed on a global stage.
That's a powerful thought. The hustle, the salesmanship, it found its highest, most ethical use in just communicating effectively and reaching people.
And he now operates with a clear direction for myself and a very clear mind.
And that clarity defines his purpose, which
Yep.
is
Serving, seating others. The whole story is a testament to the idea that authenticity is the greatest platform you can have. By walking through the fire with the divine and still coming out just fine, he built a message that resonates everywhere.
This is a remarkable story of synthesis, isn't it? From the raw struggle of the U.S. hustle to the clarity he found under international skies, the message stays consistent.
The search for truth always applied.
And the Reverend point blank is the identity forged by that survival, by rejecting pretense and committing to just radical, unvarnished directness.
And if we connect this back to you, the listener, the source shows us a tangible example of identity as a result of adversity. Every difficult experience, every painful chapter, it became the non-negotiable building material for a genuine mission. It's a roadmap for turning your own personal history into a public purpose.
And this raises a really important question for you to think about long after this deep dive is over. If your identity was built purely from the fact that you survived your hardest chapters, if you had to reject all the plastic and all the pretense, what would your point blank be?
What is the unvarnished fact of your mission?
A provocative thought, rooted in authenticity. Thank you for helping us navigate the deep waters of this journey today. For those interested in following this path, you can contact the Reverend Point Blank at JusChillin.com and on all social media. Peace and much love.